everyone. Welcome to my podcast. This is the Awkward Turtle Diaries. By yours truly, Awkward Turtle, aka Leslie, aka every day, aka every Sunday. What's my vibe? I'm kind of out of it, to be honest. I love how I look, so that's cool. So firstly, I want to dedicate this episode of my podcast to my grandfather, who passed away yesterday. Francisco Rodriguez, man of very few words, but the two words that he'll say every single day of his life, otra vez, which, gosh, if you don't know Spanish, that just means this shit again. Great catchphrase, honestly. I will say, although his words were very few and far between, he was the perfect bass harmony for my grandma's many, many, many songs about God and Jesus. And I think that's beautiful, and that's 100% goals of mine. I would love to have somebody who sings with me. So shout out to Abuelo. You will be missed. You are so loved. And that's Emmy, my lovely co-host. Today's episode, I want to discuss love. Love, grief. I guess I can start with the questions that people gave me. I had reached out on Instagram, shout out to y'all, to ask me some questions for my podcast. So let's do that. The first question is from Yoheni, and it says, what is something you would tell teenage you or you wish you were told? I wish that I was told, or that I could tell my teenage self, nobody cares. Nobody actually cares. A lot of people are projecting. Honestly, everyone is projecting all the time. And I wish that I could have been so unapologetically myself. I think that I would be further because of it. I think that I stopped myself from a lot of opportunities to not be cringy, to fit into what people were saying that I should be. I have an older sister. She would tell me what's cool and what's not. And a lot of the shit I did was not cool in her eyes. So I just kind of shied from being my truest self. Although I think that people see me for what I was portraying and who I wanted to be and how I wanted to present myself, if that makes sense. My personality has never changed. I just think that I would have put myself out there more and not given a damn if I was cringe or I would have definitely been a theater kid. Does it make sense that I wasn't a theater kid? It doesn't make sense. I literally sing. I do so many accents. I am a silly, silly girl. I might as well be a comedian. I would just tell myself, don't take yourself too seriously, bro. I didn't take myself too seriously to a certain extent, but then also take it a little seriously. You're actually really cool, you're actually really funny, and you're actually really smart. So why are we not making money off of that? That's what I would tell myself. The second question is from Gigi, and she says, if you were to sit down with the 75-year-old version of Leslie, what would you say to her? Okay, that's a great question, because it's the opposite of me telling my past self something. This is my future self telling my current self something. I pray that I make it to 75. I think I'll live even longer. My grandma is currently 81. God bless her and her life. I think that I would tell myself that I'm so proud of you. You made it so far being authentic to yourself, okay? It took you a while to get there. It took you a while to be comfortable with who you are. But we got there. And I love everything about you. Everything about you. How chaotic you are, how silly you are, how no nonsense you can be about the most random shit, how stubborn you can be about the most random shit. I love that you love accessories. I love that you embrace your curly hair. I love that you love your thick ass unibrows. I love how colorful you make life. I love how sweet you are, even though people wrong you again and again and again and again and again. And I love that you remain true in your purpose to simply love others and make them feel seen. And I think that you try every day to live through your purpose. And God sees that, and that's really all that matters. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you. You didn't force yourself to be in a relationship. You didn't force yourself to have kids. You did everything because you wanted to, and everything was, you did it scared anyway, but it wasn't from a fear mindset. It was from a, I want to do this, but I'm scared, but I'm going to do it scared. And you're so fucking cool. I know you're still fucking hilarious. I think that aging probably made you even funnier. And that's crazy because I didn't think we could get funnier. And you're still really pretty. Like, that ass is fat, ma. And I'm so proud of you. And I think we lived a really, really full life. And you're so cool. The next question is from Ziania. I hope I'm saying it right. We talk like almost every day, and I don't know that I know the pronunciation of her name. Either who's in. Where do you see yourself in the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years? Okay. In 2 years, I will be working on my master's, or I'm sorry, I will have my master's. I will be working on my licensure for mental health counseling. I need 3,000 hours, so that takes a lot of time, but it's gonna happen. In 5 years, I'll be, how old am I? 29. I will be 34. Okay. I am thinking that that is the right age to start having children. If I have somebody who I find to be reliable and I want to copy their DNA with mine, because my DNA is perfect and my kid is going to be really funny and really pretty and really smart and really cool and really freaking trendy. So I can't just procreate with anybody, baby. I can't. So, yeah, 34 seems like a cool age. I think I'll still be outside being a baddie and probably really filthy freaking rich because I'll have my license in mental health counseling and I'll finally be getting that salary, because before you have your license, it's not that great to pay. In 10 years, I see myself either transitioning or having already moved to Europe. My cousin is pioneering that. There's a bee around my shit. My cousin is pioneering that. He's moving to Spain first, and I'm just gonna follow. I don't know if Spain is gonna be my last destination, but I truly don't foresee myself having children in the United States because I want to not have to work, and I want to be with my kid. I want to be able to work like eventually after that, but like I don't want to have to work. That's all. Okay. And then in 20 years, I see myself, how old am I? I'll be 49. I see myself in motherhood. I see myself happily married. I see myself in a big ass house. I see myself doing whatever the fuck I want, honestly. Just like being a bad bitch and being old. So, yeah. Yes, hi. Okay. What's next? Okay, so this one is from Iram Jr. And he says, what's your short-term goal from today's date? And then what's your long-term goal, 3 to 6 years? So short-term, my short-term goal, I have several. And like they're in different arenas. I promise I didn't pay the sun. It's just there. My short-term goals. I am currently really indulging in my creative pursuits. Whoever the people are so loud right now. That's really harshing my vibe. I see myself pursuing my creative pursuits. Okay, I'm learning the piano. I'm going to learn the guitar. I have both of them in my crib. I just need to sign up for lessons because I don't want to be self-taught because I have ADHD. Like, I'm going to try to learn and then I'm going to get frustrated and then I'm going to quit. So, learning the keyboard, learning the guitar. I also have a sewing machine in case I'm bored of my creative pursuits or I'm just like not trying to touch them. So I do want to sew. I do want to make clothes. I feel like my body type has a very specific like shape that clothes just don't come in for some reason. Like, it's like a slightly off thing with all of my clothes. I still wear them and I still shape them the way that I need to, but I would love it if I could tweak them slightly to fit my medium size build. And like, you know, eventually make pieces just for me, especially bathing suits. Like, honey, a curse in my family is our coochies. They're too large. What bathing suit bottoms are gonna fit that? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Sorry, TMI, but it's just true. I want to make bathing suits for me because the way that these girls just have a string on that, God bless you and your tiny little coochie queen. We don't have such luck on this side. Okay. So yeah, short-term goal is to continue to, and I've been going to open jams, open mics, singing. I want to be able to perform scared. Like, I've been doing it scared, and I love my voice, so I want more people to hear it, honestly. And I want to hear it played back, and I want to, like, perfect my craft. Yeah, I'm going to learn how to sew. I'm going to learn the guitar. I'm going to learn the piano. And I'm going to sing more and keep practicing the vocal cords. Another short-term goal is to just keep protecting myself and make sure that I'm safe. Long-term, 3 to 6 years, I guess, like, that was kind of what I was mentioning earlier, but goal specific, I do want to, again, like, transition to moving to Europe, and, you know, start fucking family planning, I guess. For now, I'm young and turned, but we're pushing 30, so not too much, babe. Okay, now to talk about, I just felt compelled to, like, give love to my family. I'm gonna say one thing that I love about my immediate family and my grandparents. I know I mentioned earlier about my grandpa. My favorite thing about him is that he always sings with my grandma. My grandma will burst out into song at any party and y'all are listening, and she's gonna grab that mic and she's gonna sing, honey. My mom is also a singer. I think that's really beautiful, and that's where I get it from. My grandma, that's not even what I love about her. She is such a giving person and always willing to offer her time and her resources to the people that she loves. And I love that about her. I think that I get my giving spirit from my grandma. And she's also really pretty and such a baddie. Like, she makes me so unconcerned about getting older and growing. Like, my mom too. Like, I'm not pressed, honey. 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, I'm looking good. Real good. My mom is the most understanding person that I know, and I trust her with my entire being. And I was talking about it in therapy the other day, like, who can I be my authentic self with? And I'm thankful that I've met somebody recently who I have been so myself with, and like bringing out certain parts of me that I was like scared to. And she's like, who else does that for you? And I'm like, genuinely, my mom. My mom lets me be myself, and she's so non-judgmental. She's so unbiased. Like, if I want to call somebody to make me feel like whatever I'm going through is not that big of a deal, my mom is the one that I'm gonna call. My older sister Marley is the funniest person that you will ever meet. I think that the funniest people are the smartest people, and she has fucking jokes for days. It is also annoying because sometimes it's like, girl, it's not the time. Like, why would you say that right now? You're triggering me. But she is really fucking funny, and honestly, like, the only person that I'll say is funnier than me. Okay. My little brother is so smart. He can hear something one time and he just gets it. And like, I need him to like write it down, feed it to me on a plate. I need him to recite it to me like it's a poem in order for me to even understand what he's saying. And who knows if I'll remember. Okay, that's my ADHD. He's also the sweetest boy I've ever met in my entire life. Like, that is such a dulce king. Like, so cariñoso, so loving, so wonderful. My little brother Daniel, that's another sweet, sweet boy. He's also kind of a dick. Sorry to my brother. I do love him though. he is also really smart, very painfully logical. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. We're like probably the funniest siblings you'll ever meet. Nadia, my little sister, she is not so sweet. She's kind of an asshole. She's pretty dark, but really the most beautiful person you'll ever see in your whole life. And very, very secretly clingy. And I think she's, she just turned 12, so she's kind of going through a rough time. So I think that I'll have nicer things to say about her in the future, but she has my whole heart, and she's my firstborn child. So my brother Mankey, a man of very few words. I think that all men should be that way. He's 11, and he's just Frankie. He loves video games. He hates school. He loves his big brother. He loves my brother Daniel so bad. He loves Luisito. He's such a guy's guy, but a sweet, sweet boy nonetheless. Who am I missing? Oh, my father, my life giver. I don't like him right now, but he's cool, I guess. He's actually really funny, and that's where my kid sister gets it from. I love how he doesn't play about his family. Like, no matter what, he will be there. Even if it's just physical, he doesn't play about family, and I think that that's where I get that from. I do not play about my family. Don't try it, babes. Yeah, that's all she wrote. And I'm very grateful for this experience. Thank you for listening to me. I feel a little down, I don't like the feeling that my family is overwhelmed and there are things shifting around, and grief is love. It's sad. It's hard to process, hard to approach. I don't know that I'm being really good with my words today, but anyone who's grieving a family member or grieving the loss of somebody in your life, like, make sure that you tend to yourself. I'm still waiting to hear back about the funeral and when that'll be, so I will do my best to remain consistent and post on Sundays my podcasts. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Just a yapper with a microphone. This is the Awkward Turtle Diaries, and I love you guys, and please pray for my family. Please pray for my grandma. My grandpa's really all she knew, and they were married for, again, 60 years, and she will be rediscovering her purpose and what she wants her life to look like after, my grandpa's passing. And I think that this is a beautiful experience to rebirth, and I'm excited for her journey. I'm excited for mine too. I'm really proud of myself, and I hope that this podcast finds you well, with good to all, harm to none. And sayonara, Sammy. By the way, the microphone was a prop this episode because I forgot my cable. So please don't be fooled. Also, this episode is brought to you by the Cranberries. Bye.